Hey people, Indra here, 53, Angstrom Heights, blue team. It's Fear with a Techmarine, starts off with a bolt gun, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, even get into some melee. Got some Imperial Fists here. Alongside Wolfguard's Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. Rounding off the team, more Chaos, it's Triumph with a Chaos Sorcerer. Offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Night Lord's elite scheme. I guess he's waiting to doom bolt something. Red team. Desked is a force commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. Got the Dark Angels DLC here, recolored black and red. Looking pretty cool. Alongside Gatts with a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default. Great for capping and harassing. Some powerful control, just teleports away from the angry Chaos Lord there. And rounding off the teams, it's the man, the myth, the legend, it's Noisy with a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption. Noisy, one of the most decorated elite mod players over the years, been playing forever. Kicking off towards the mid of the map, got some battlecry buffs on some Eldar, which sounds like heresy, Mr. Force Commander. Did they doombolt something? I don't see anything that looks like it's been doombolted. Maybe it was the scouts. They dropped a model actually, and attacks got kind of messed up for Desked as well. To the mid, Warp Spider Exarch doing his capping thing. Chaos Lord responds. Got some CSM and Heretics, and more Heretics actually. These guys just got an aspiring champion here. He's a Chaos Marine with Bolt Pistol and Chainsword, gives the other models more hit points, which makes their Doom Blast more effective, and generally better at staying alive, of course. So the Warp Spider got a decap and backed off. Up in the north, Noisy has the contested points and nodes the power. Mastercrafted bolter in the hands of Fear's Techmarine, high-powered shot for on-demand suppression and a big burst of damage. Noisy with burners up on the sluggers. More hit points and a couple of power weapons also helps them bash power with Orky Fire. Noisy backs away from the 2v1. Gatts is 2v1ing the bottom of the map at the moment. Is that heavy gauge? It is. Heavy gauge filament on the Sorcerer there. Got aspiring champion Heretics up as well. And they're going to get on the power, I think. Although it's just a node at the moment. How's Noisy doing? Noisy trying to isolate Wolfguard a bit and goes in for an engagement. Nope, thinks again. The CSM were joining in and Fear was wheeling around the side with double tacks, ready to shoot the crap out of stuff. We might see a power bash. Do we see a flamer on the way? No flamer. It should be a decent bashing force though, without it. And maybe the scouts could get on the VP, or the scouts are taking contested wreck point there. Back towards the mid. This area typically sees quite a lot of action in tier 1 into like midway through tier 2, then it tends to gravitate and rotate towards that central area on the VP. Players are trying to vie for these power points at the bottom at the moment. Grenades flying in, really messed up the Chaos Lord, but he walks through it, gets a good kill to weak. Banshee's knocked flying and sent packing. Chaos Lord doing some work there, but here comes Desk now with an Assault Marine squad jump troop that disrupt when they land with 400 hit points of heavy infantry armor. I don't see a flamer on the way here, and I need to deal with the double CSM of Triumph and a double Eternal War CSM. Should turn them onto the Assault Marines here in melee, I think. Just send them all into melee with them. Double Eternal War CSM in melee will mess up an Assault Squad, but they wait for the Heretics instead, and now they jump the double CSM. Just fight them, I say. Sorcerer can tie up the Tactical Marines meanwhile. Assault Squad do drop a model. Did they drop a CSM model? They did not. Bunch of Heretics died. Well, basically all the Heretics died. So they lost out in terms of economy there. CSM. Not too bad though. Heretics reinforce quickly and cheat. Oh, CSM did drop a model. That's 66 wreck right there. And Heretics are, yeah, 12 these days. Up to the Eastern natural power for red, turning blue thanks to Fear's scouts. No upgrades for these guys, but capping doesn't require any upgrades, I guess. You just run around and do it. I always thought that units should get a bit of XP for capping points. I wonder if that's even possible in the game logic to do. Heretics getting messed up. Force Commander getting stuck in there. Does not have any upgrades, this fella. But those Battlecry buffs are worth so much in these 2v2 fights. Chaos Lord trying to tie up the Rangers. Gets them out of there. They did drop a model. And they have their Pathfinder gear. More Rangers on the way for Gatts. Tier 2 for Noisy. Got double Looters up. And we got Noise Marines for Wolfguard. Noisy gets their VP pack. Barely, though. High-powered shot almost finished them off. Are both the looters here? Where's the other one? Oh, other one's here protecting the power. Needs to be noded again, though. That should be plus 19, not plus 17. Looks like Fear is backing off. Oh, maybe not. Just waiting for the Devastators. And trying to attack from a different angle. They must know that there's looters around, I guess. Meanwhile, the mid might turn red, thanks to the Banshees, but going to be under a bit of pressure. They have the aspect of fleetness. Been seeing fleetness a lot recently, actually. I always thought strength would be like the default go-to pick because of the soft AV you get from it, but seeing a lot of fleetness. Assault squad cleaning up. Maybe they could have stayed in play with the CSM there, but they'd already dropped one model and it's not a very long retreat back there. So better to be safe, I guess. Looters weighing in with some Death Gun Daka. Techmarine gets suppressed. Lowers your speed and your fire rate. And here's some support from Wolfguard and Noise Marines here to mess up the looters. That Sonic Blaster shuts down ranged attacks and does a fair chunk of damage to infantry. Cacophony going in. Little burst of it to escape. Double Kraken bolts and that Mastercrafted bolter weighing in on those assault squad fellas. But their sergeant on the way. Didn't actually drop a model. Warpspeeder comes in to tie up the devs. And, oh, then runs. Had half of his hit points still. I thought he was going to stay in there. Improved targeters on the field. I guess they'd done their job. Oh, Warboss gets in with a stomp. Techmarine has fallen for Fear. And they've got tons of requisition. I guess they did not bleed maybe any models in... Oh, they lost their scouts. But I guess they never reinforced them. Maybe they just lost them. You see them dead over here. Or some of them dead over there. Got shotgun scouts for Desk. Blood letters for Triumph. Demons with power melee weapons. Super high DPS. Oh wait, I keep forgetting to look up what their damage is on those Hellblades. There's heavy gauge on the Sorcerer. Gonna really contribute to the fight when he's stunned. Double Rangers getting shots in the Death Dread weighing in for Noisy with burners and bits. Just going to go straight for that power, I suppose. Heretics barely getting away there with the aspiring champion. Dreadnoughts on the way for Fear. I like that a lot. Oh, Gatts lost their Banshees. Right there, look. 498 to 307. I feel like I'm missing all the squad wipes. What else is new? Chaos Lord hits level 2 with Armor of the Inferno. Could get some good shots on the blob of Eldar ranged stuff. There's heavy gauge though. Just gonna make him angrier, Mr. Warpspider. Now he's off. He's a glass half empty kind of guy, the Chaos Lord. Don't want to upset him too much. He might stop playing. Stone Guard veterans on the field for Desk. Some stick bombers now for Noisy. They've got a hell of an army to manage now, Noisy. 5 squads of infantry, including 2 setup teams, a vehicle, and now stick bombers. Not to mention the hero itself, of course. Do you have any war gear? No war gear for the Warboss. No level either. I think they just got those levels off killing the scouts. Or helping to. I don't think Fear lost any Marines. I could be wrong. Maybe they lost the Devastator Marine. Here's the assault squad for Desk with their sergeant. Gets a power sword. Really helps them trade in melee fights because of Merciless Strike. But they really don't want to fight Bloodletters. Those guys phasing out. They can also teleport. Just phasing out to avoid taking damage here. Can't attack while it's active, or cap or anything. I think it also makes them immune to knockback, so you can't really disrupt them either. Like mess them up, ready for it to wear off kind of thing. Death Tread's decently healthy for now. Can be repaired by sluggers, which Noisy does still have. Fear with an assault cannon up on the Dreadnought. The barrage missed those shooters, and stun bombs coming to stun it. Death Tread getting some hits in. I think it's going to get away. Shooter Boy is trying to be sneaky, getting to the VP, I think. Got some decent damage on it there, the Death Dread. And here's some support from Wolfguard. Has a Blood Crusher now. Can't really fight the Death Dread, I don't think. Because it doesn't have melee resistance, and it has less health as well. Does more DPS though. It could certainly help. Oh, Beamy Looters getting shots. Oh, they couldn't get a second though. Mark of Zinch, Chaos Space Marines for Wolfguard. Triumph, no marks yet, but they do have aspiring champions, and Slaughter is awesome. Does have a long cooldown though. Death Dread is sent in first. Bunch of stick bombs chucked in after it. Blood Crusher's gone after it. Now the Las Cannon gets shots as well. Blood Crusher now on the Force Commander. They're pretty good, I think, for going after heroes and single entities in general, because of all that DPS that has no splash. Takes out the Force Commander pretty nicely. Send him onto a hero that doesn't have... Oh, then they go down to looters. Of course they do, but send them onto a hero that doesn't have a heavy melee weapon. They're going to do some good work for you. Or a sub-commander maybe. 437 to 280. 2 to 1 for the red team. Noisy has preserved all of their units so far. Gatts with a Wraith Guard up. Desk goes tier 3, the first player to go. Fear, not that far away. Triumph could also go right now. Still vying for this power. Bloodletters phasing out. Red team still have the mid. Stick bombs to help fight against these units perched up here. Did he kill the Devastator? Chaos Lord Devils 2 still only has Armored Inferno though. Dreadnought number 2 on the way for Fear. Actually repairing it is the Techmarine. Now I wish there was an animation for that, because there is an animation when he's like building stuff, but I guess if they used the same animation he wouldn't be able to shoot stuff. They could have used like the servo arm moving around at least, maybe. 399 to 280. Tier 3's all for the red team, and Triumph also goes tier 3. Let the Galaxy burn. Well, a bit of it burned. Little bit. Stern Guard using their Kraken bolts here to fight against heavy infantry, but now they're firing upon the heretics. They should switch to Hellfire. Death Tread comes weighing in. Those heretics are in a bad spot. Are they going to get away? Nope. Super did not get away. Death Tread made sure of that. 388 to 280. Those are Wolfguard's heretics, by the way. We had a Rod of Warpfire Sorcerer I'm spotting here. Always nice to have that disruption on demand, especially when you're facing an entrenched ranged army, which we might get here. Desk's Force Commander goes Terminator mode and starts capping. Gets a Power Fist, 85 DPS Power Fist, Storm Bolter, which is like 40 odd DPS, and he can teleport, not to mention 2,500 hit points of heavy infantry armor. Dreadnoughts, double assault cannons, looking pretty tasty, but I don't want to mess with the looters of the beamy death guns. They could probably just run up with some repair support and shoot the crap out of them and get them out of there. But they don't know what else is back there. Wraith Guard getting shots in with those Wraith Cannons. Good damage to all targets from relatively short range. They don't want to mess with the Bloodletters though. Wraith Guard are pretty bad in melee. There is like a melee equivalent to Wraith Guard, I believe. Wraith Blades, is it? Would be cool to see them added. No idea how you'd get animations done for that though. Maybe someone could cobble them together. Double dreadnoughts going after the Death Dread. Are they on melee mode? I think they're on melee mode. Try and smack it, but they can't catch it. It's using that ability I always forget the name of to run a bit faster, like he really needs to go to the bathroom. Noisy now starting to kit out the Warboss. Heavy armor, angry bits, and power claw. Going to be ready to rumble pretty soon. Is that heavy gauge? Yeah, heavy gauge on the Chaos Lord. Blue team retain the mid though. Here comes the Warboss. Power claw is in. 95 heavy melee DPS. Buffed by Now I'm Angry, of course. And the fact that he's level 2. And these dreadnoughts do not have melee resistance with their assault cannons. Death Dread here to help out. How is this Death Dread still around? It's been pretty awesome. Been all over the map. Assault squad jumping in to Chaos Terminators for Wolfguard. Oh, those are Vanguard veterans with a bunch of power weapons and stuff. Power Claw, Warboss goes down. Death Dread may also fall here. Both the dreadnoughts on it in melee. Should be enough. But I think it's done its job. It's done some good work. It's basically impossible to have a Death Dread last the entire game with no ranged option on it. Fire Prism on the way for Gatts. Fear now has triple dreadnoughts with assault cannons. Awesome. Assault cannon mounted, he said. They got Blastmaster Noise Marines here as well to help contest the mid. Blue team are capping it. Chaos Terminators of Wolfguard with no upgrades, and Triumph has Chaos Terminators. They are going for auto cannon here. Predator tank for Desk. Not a Chaos Pred. I'm accusing them of nothing. That double stick bombers? It is. Oh man. Assault cannon barrage in retreat path. Well timed by Fear. Gets it done. Can they deal with these triple dreads if they're well supported like this? Vanguard veteran trying to get the las cannon out of there. I'm not sure why. Oh, I mean, there is a fire prism up, I guess. Warboss goes in. Fire prism helping out. Needs to be careful not to go down again though, Mr. Warboss. Gets out of there. Maybe we're going to see a knob squad now from Noisy. As they could get in and tear apart those dreadnoughts. Terminator Force Commander goes for lightning claws here. It's going to be cool to see. We've got double autocannon Chaos Terminators too. So if they can get assault Terminators of their own with claws, they could mop them up. 362. Sorry, get Terminators of their own. Assault Terminators of their own. Is that what I said? With claws. I thought I said Chaos Terminators again. Accusing this Force Commander of a lot of heresy. Tome of Subjugation on the field for the Sorcerer. Great tool to have against elite infantry, such as the Knob Squad that's on the way, and potential Terminators from Desk. Do they have the red for it? They do have the red for Terminators. All they need is 100 power now. Vanguard veteran jump. Disrupted the Marcos Inc. CSM. That's a good target for them. There's a subjugation. But they're actually... There we go. I was going to say they're sending them back into safety. Maybe they were trying to attack their allies, but they decided to jump them into trouble. And did a whole bunch of damage really quickly, but couldn't get a model off them. The mid is still blue. 4 dreadnoughts stomping around with assault cannons. Another fire prism for Gatts. Maybe Desk just wants to get another tank with las cannon on it to fight these dreadnoughts. Under threat though. Autocannon Terminator is trying to have a go. Here are the Knob Squad. Mina and Greener. Oh, Mina and Green is cancelled. Maybe Noisy wants the second Knob Squad immediately. It's really expensive to fully upgrade a Knob Squad. A lot of people in the comments that sometimes complain about how strong a Knob Squad is. You've got to realise that it costs the same as a super unit when they're fully upgraded. Yes, you can retreat them and they can be super effective, but we've seen them countered many times. They were sent packing there pretty easily, but they had no upgrades. It's flash kits for noisy is what it is. Warboss getting stuck in. Still only level 2. But at 1866 hit points because of the heavy armor. 362 to 141. I wish we had, really wish we had mega armored knobs as a call-in for the Warboss or something. That'd be so awesome. Be a nightmare. Be a nightmare to fight. Flash kits and mega armored knobs and commandos. What a tier 3. Fire Prism get a couple of shots in. Where's the Bright Lance, Mr. Gatts? No Bright Lance, eh? They still have 2 beamy looters here, so I guess they've got set up teams with anti-vehicle weapons covered. The Dreadnoughts just are not getting close enough to get caught by them. Great unclean one on the way for Wolfguard now. And a turret going up for fear. Wonder if it'll be a missile turret. Because the Tarantula turret doesn't really cover the mid. Nob Squad are on the cap. There's that Terminator Force Commander. And he's a nice ally to have when you've got Nobs, because he can buff them with battle cries. Oh, they get subjugated. Now the Force Commander Terminator gets a decap. And then he gets smacked to almost death by the Nob Squad. Nob Squad gets suppressed, soak up so much damage. Hard Boys is on them. More tank for Desk. Warboss comes charging in and gets warp fired by the Sorcerer. That was awesome timing there. The Warboss survive. The Warboss does not survive. Blue team getting the mid back. What's that up there? Wraithguard up there. Is that double Wraithguard? No, that's Guardians and Wraithguard. Warp Spudder's getting a decap. Fire Prism fell. One of them's still up though. Gatts with plenty of red for an Eldritch Storm. Could maybe get 2 or more of those Dreadnoughts caught in it. That would be super effective. Do they have phase armor? No. They have group teleport. I guess that's how that stuff got back there. Blue team starting to stamp their authority on this. Bashing power now. Looking strong on the mid. Nob Squad is here. Now have their Nob Leader and Mina and Greeno don't have their hammers yet. Blasters up on the flash kits though. And the Warboss is back to his feet. Subjugated Nob Squad now. Again. Can they get on that Sorcerer quickly? Subjugation wears off. Forced one is here now. Nob Squad is here and the Warboss is here. Backed up by the flash kits. Can they do some damage? Oh, backed up by 2 tanks as well. There's the big boom. Bloodlet is doing a lot of damage to that Force Commander there. He's trying to go after the Sorcerer, I see. Doesn't like all these subjugations on his orky friends. Desk, Stern Guard are where? Oh, the Stern Guard were there too. Another Fire Prism for Gatts. Back into the shadows, says Triumph. Oh boy. Auto cannon teleporting in. Some power fist hits as well. Can they get the Fire Prism down? One more burst would do it. But that's heavy gauge. Comes in for the rescue. They might be able to kill these Terminators now. They used their teleport. 2 models down. Rangers doing good work here. They have good damage versus all infantry types with those rifles. And down they go. They got them. Level 3 and level 2 Rangers helping out. Those were Chaos Terminators of Wolfguard. And they didn't get the Fire Prism either. Orbital goes in. A bunch of turrets back there. 2 of them taken out. That was an Orbital from Desk, so I guess we're not going to see Terminators from them. Great unclean one is Wolfguards. And Chaos Predators on the way. Fear is now down to just 4 Dreadnoughts and Scouts. I like it. Dreadnoughts and turrets. What else do you need in life? This Fire Prism needs repairs. That's what I need. See the Ranger trying to harass the Scouts here. So these guys have less repair support. Down they go. Techmarine's also down. Oh wow. Those barrages decimated the Wraithguard there. And down they go. Wraithguard wipe. Gatts also lost one of their Fire Prisms. That was a rough fight in the end. They lost the Wraithguard and the double rangers in that barrage, I think. That quadruple barrage, that was nuts. Another turret goes up. What a topsy-turvy game. Desk now with a Land Raider Redeemer on the way. That could be amazing. Supporting a Nob squad with a Land Raider Redeemer seems pretty powerful. Warboss charges in. Level 3. Gets a good stomp to stop the cap. And smacks a few things. Great Unclean One is here. This guy passively damages nearby enemies. Has some nasty abilities and is powerful in melee. Also counts as a demon, of course, for the benefits of worship and stuff. So you can +2 speed this guy and give him a bunch of health and energy regen with Corn Worship. Red team taking back the mid, 283 to 56. They're not giving up. Gatts needs to get something on the field here. I mean, I always recommend setup teams if you're trying to recover late game with a 3v3, especially if your allies are doing quite well. You can support, try to stabilize the position with your setup teams. But we'll see what Gatts goes for. 5 Dragons might be able to do some decent work here, dipping in and out. Impressed that these tanks are still around. Oh, did the Chaos Terminators get too far forward here? Think they're going to be okay? Maybe? It's that demon armor up for the Sorcerer. Tanks are chasing the Terminators a bit. Oh, but there's some Tzeentchian sneaky worship to infiltrate them. Bit of a breather. More scouts on the way for Desk to help repair. And Fear did get some more up as well. Corn Worship healing up the Great Unclean One. Although it would be a lot quicker if he just marched back to base. Doesn't want to take him off the mid, I guess, for now. There's the Land Raider Redeemer. Gives you health regen, allows you to reinforce and retreat back to it. Going to be a big boon for the red team. Can the blue team go after it aggressively and take it out? Triumph now has double autocannon Terminators here. We have a las cannon for Wolfguard up on the point. And that missile turret as well, not to mention another tarantula turret and 2 more missile turrets. It's an outrageous amount of anti-vehicle damage if anything gets close enough to those. I don't know if the red team know that they're all there. They definitely know about this one, I think. Because this was here already. Pain Boy up for Noisy. Can do some surgery on a Nob squad, maybe he already has. It's up to the blue team to push. Can Gatts get on blue team's VP a bit more, maybe? Where is he? Oh, he's bashing power right now. Kicking off in the mid. Get the decap at least. Force Commander Terminator gets into the back lines, killing some havocs. All those turrets trying to shoot him. Great Unclean One's getting quite low here. The beamy Death Gun's getting some good shots in. Double Fire Prisms as well. It's going to go down, I think. Yep, down he goes. It's going to explode though, doing a whole bunch of damage. And a rock's thrown in from Noisy. Pretty good hit. There's the Great Unclean One explosion. I don't think it affected anything. Sorcerer goes down. Absolute madness. Now have double las cannon predators, and they got the Chaos Pred down, but one of them did fall. Oh, both of them went down. Those missile turrets are nuts. More Chaos Terminators. Wolfguard gets some up again. 188 to 56. Nob squad trying to pick a target here. Getting suppressed. Taking tons of damage. Also getting demoralized by the Chaos Terminator kills. They're trying to take that tarantula turret out. No, it's a missile turret. And they get it done. And then retreat. Red team get the mid back. Oh, not quite. The barrage comes in. All of the barrages. Ouch. Force Commander Terminator now trying to get the cap done. Look at all that piercing DPS though. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. Nob squad coming back in. Is this the same one? Yeah, oh, because it's retreating back to the Land Raider, of course. Level 3 now, those fellas. Demolishing Strike is a good hit. Sends the Nob squad packing. Eldritch from Gatts hits one of the Dreadnoughts, but not any others. Fire Prism trying to get some sneaky shots in from the flank. One of the Fire Prisms is really low, just non-stop action in the mid here. Subjugated Nob stuck in there now. Those Chaos Terminators are getting quite low for Triumph. Are the beamies shooting at them? I don't know what they're shooting at. Are you shooting, guys? Maybe they were trying to hit the Dreadnoughts or something. There we go, now they're shooting at the Terminators. Lily Galaxy Burn to stop the Cat. What's going on up here? Sneaky Warp Spider. It was a sneaky Warp Spider. It gets a sneaky decap. 177 to 56 now. 1-1. Warboss and now Assault Terminators on that central VP. Warboss charges out and then runs away. That Land Raider is doing a lot for the red team right now. A really, really great job. Can they nuke it? It can become nuke bait in a game like this. Everything just huddled around it. 175 to 56. Nob squad going after the Dreadnoughts. And they're probably going to get one. Yep, one of them goes down. Those huge hammers giving momentum buffs to the Nobs. 8% per ring that you see on their bodies there. Adds up. Is Fear going to get another Dreadnought to replace that one is the question. Maybe they want their own Land Raider at this point. Everything retreats back to the Land Raider again. With Assault Terminators and Nob Squad, they could destroy the Dreadnoughts really quick if they can get back there. Even with Dark Age and levels. Oh, D-Cannon time. There's a Singularity. It's not really going to affect the Dreadnoughts, but those Heretics are going to have a bad time. They got far enough away. 147 to 56. Who's this? It's the Terminator Force Commander. Going off on a mission to get to the VP. And Terminator's in from Fear, not a Land Raider then. This lone shooter boy of Noisy trying to cap. Ah, he dies horribly. Freed up some population though. Another Nob squad would be great, I think. Flash kits are now level 4. Holy crap, they've got a lot of stuff. There's that subjugation. If he's doing this subjugation, I think the Warboss could charge him with Angry Bits and stop it, maybe. It's not always viable in the situation, but it's one way to deal with it. Nob squad tore the Chaos Lord apart, making the Terminators all run away. And they are very close to level 4 now. Very close. Where's the Pain Boy, by the way? Oh, he's in there. He's in there. 112 to 56. Red team holding on. And Terminator Force Commander capping the mid. What is this? Just some shooter boys looking after the VP. And a Plasma Cannon looking after the VP. Great Unclean One number 2 for Wolfguard. Red team with a 2-1. Sorcerer's on the VP though, under infiltration. Some Nurgle Vomit for that Pain Boy. And Nob Squad need to heal up a bit more. Assault Terminators are nice and healthy though, they did not get the decap. Are the Terminators going for it? Nope. Nob Squad says no. Imperial Abyss thrown in by Triumph. It might wipe out those scouts. I think it did. I don't think it did too much more than that though. Desk can easily replace those if they want to. Where's the beamy looters? Oh, there's one here. I think that's the only one that's still around though. 86 to 56. just a non-stop fight in the mid for like 25 minutes now, it feels like. Awesome stuff. Can they get the Great Unclean One down quickly again? They've got the firepower for it. Here comes a Terminator Force Commander too with claws. That's going to be pretty good work for him. Cloud of flies. Nob Squad is subjugated though, so it didn't affect him. Terminator Force Commander goes down. Now the Nob Squad back in Noisy's control. Goes straight after the Great Unclean One again. Singularity there. Great Unclean One falls. There's that sweeping doom. Nobs would have been vicious for Noisy in this game. And I don't think I've ever seen them with user choppers on them either. Or Ard Boys even. Been super effective without. 86 to 56. Noisy does have double flash kits here. They must be level 4, right? Yeah, Nob Squad's level 4. 5,500 hit points on those fellas. It's like a Assault Terminator hit points. On stuff that can run away. Double Fire Prisms watching the southern areas. Nob Squad go for the cap. They have the frenzy to pop if they need to. Warboss charging in. Terminators with the Cyclone Missile launch with an disruption. Is it enough? Oh, it didn't knock them far enough away to stop the cap though. Warboss promptly runs. And there's the 2-1 for red. They're going to get a VP lead soon. 25 seconds or so. Can they hold on? Nob Squad flee. Fire Prisms are 2 and 1. And a Seer Council on the field now for Gatts. That could be awesome. Well, it's going to be awesome. They're always awesome. But supporting the Nob Squad with that damage resistance aura now. If they can get in there. Subjugates the Nob Squad. Pops their frenzy. How does that work? Did he use his own red to pop that frenzy? I guess so. 57 to 56. I guess it puts it on cooldown at least. VPs are pretty much evened up. Terminators trying to get the cow. They got a VCAT, but they are getting decimated by the flash kits and down they go. Rocks. Fear is quick to respond, but they still take a few hits. 1-1 cap here. Zoom out a bit. Chaos Terminator's falling. What level is this Warp Spider? Level 5. See, Council dipped in a bit. Couldn't do too much down there, I don't think. Is that marked target? It's marked target from the Techmarine. First time I've noticed it. Maybe they've had it for ages though. 51-56. 1-1 cap. Who can get the mid? Noisy suggesting maybe Shimmer Orb makes an appearance for Gatts. Nob Squad going for it again. Just using their brute force. But they get subjugated again. Doesn't last that long. I'm not sure what the cooldown is on it though. It's a decent singularity. Blue team might really struggle to cap when there's singularity there, because it will even toss Terminators away. Last Master gets a really good shot. Can they try more to come in from an angle maybe? This is what the blue team's doing here with Wolfguard. Trying to come in from an angle. Get the setup team out of it. I think they need to really push through with the Terminators and the Nob Squad onto the Dreadnoughts. Get them the hell out of there. Maybe cap with Stern Guard or something. Easier said than done. Nob Squad going after Chaos Terminators now. Whirlwind on the field for Fear. That could be amazing. There's already one up for Desk. Chaos Terminators get obliterated by the flash hits. Holy crap. Down to 30 VPs now, the blue team. Maybe they won't need to take the midpoint back again, the red team. My plan is a moot point. It's blue team that need a plan, and I don't think I have one for them. Their Terminators just aren't tough enough to stand up to the deluge of damage while they cat. There's the GG. Nob Squad turned it around, I think. Well, probably it was the Land Raider that turned it around in the end, because that was so much support. And they didn't make much of a concerted effort to go after it. I mean, I don't know what they could have done. They dropped a nuke on it, but yeah, it was difficult to get to this thing. Terminator's level 4, very, very loud assault cannons. Chaos Lord level 5 did have Demonic Visage at the end. Sorcerer level 6 did a lot of good stuff with Tome of Subjugation and Warp Fire, I think. So the Terminator Force Commander, of course. Warp Spider Exarch level 5. Lots of heavy gauging. And that Warboss level 8 with his Nob Squad from Hell. There they are. And there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty awesome one. And I'll see you next time.